Okay, so I'm not sure how much space is on this, but I'll try and upload this video anyway. There has not now been yet another scandal at Primark involving supposedly a note found by a customer that was a cry out for help from a Chinese worker. Um, Primark has long been in the headlines for the wrong reasons, for using cheap labour in developing countries. And supposedly this note was written from a Chinese worker talking about the terrible conditions he or she was working in. And a customer has reported this from, I think it was Newcastle upon Tyne, maybe in South Shields, but somewhere in this area anyway. So just wanted to talk a little bit about that subject. Um, First, some of the previous reports, I have to say, about these notes have been found to be not entirely what they seem, and have actually been found to be frauds written somewhere else outside supposedly China. So we do need to take this, we need to be careful not to absolutely take it as fact. It doesn't necessarily mean it came from a base. Having said that, it is no mystery that in developing countries, working conditions in many occasions are absolutely abhorrent. China certainly is not alone. In Bangladesh, 2013, the big factory disaster in Dhaka, over 1,000 people killed. That was the worst factory disaster in history, actually. Now, I watched a video recently. Things have improved since then, but I think that when it comes to responsibility, there's several different players involved. The company itself, of course, it's in their name. They have a responsibility to ensure what goes on at the base. If I was the CEO of Primark, I would be demanding to look at the conditions, and if they were not humane conditions, I would threaten to pull my business out of that country. Um, the government of the countries where these allegations take place need to take it seriously. Labour rights are human rights. And thirdly, customers themselves. Now, I don't want to be a hypocrite with this, and I don't want to pontificate too much. This hat, got this in Primark. If I look at the label, made in China. How do I know this wasn't made under long hours? The problem is Primark offers goods at a decent price, whereas other department stores offer things that are a lot more expensive. So that's a bit of an issue from a consumer point of view, because in this era of austerity, people do, if they see cheaper products, they will buy them. But as a consumer, I want to know that as much as possible is being done to safeguard workers' rights. And this is something that can be seen across the board. When we go to coffee shops, there's an increasing number of coffee shops now using fair trade products, or at least trying to emphasize their ethical commitments to farmers in Colombia or Vietnam. So it's a combination of these things coming together.